Morning, everybody. Day 5, 26 days of you, mental and emotional well-being. I think I put that on there. And I allowed chat. I don't know if it's going to work. We'll see if this actually loads to the right thing as well. So I've asked you to do a couple of things in our 26 days of you for emotional well-being. One was get it in check. So what that meant was set yourself a goal. What is it you want to achieve at the end of these 7 days? And what does emotional well-being look like to you? And I haven't got any real feedback on that, but I'm going to go ahead and assume that you did it. Okay, you did your homework. I know we get busy, and sometimes it's tough to get everything in, but keeping yourself emotionally in check. I want to know if that's healthy, because for what I shared with you is my goal for the end of the 7 days is to find ways to express my emotions in a productive manner, both to myself and to others. And, people push your buttons. It happens. You live your life. You don't seclude yourself into one area, and you move about. And as a matter of fact, engaging with others and getting out and being social is part of mental well-being as well as emotional well-being. So it's kind of a double-edged sword, because you can get out and spend time with some great people, meet some new wonderful people, experience some beautiful things that could give you emotions that you never thought you had. And then in the same token, while you're out there, you're going to inevitably run into one or two people that aren't exactly positive or happy, and that's okay. They're allowed to be that. You just need to learn to recapture your own space and disallow them to be any part of it. So as far as emotional well-being goes today, I think that recapturing your space could be a good thing to do. And we talked a little bit about space yesterday too, and I asked you, and maybe you didn't have time to do it yesterday, but this week, give a room in your house a makeover or remodel it. No, you have to tear it down and remodel, but go in and clean it out, declutter your life. Find time to get rid of some things that you've been wanting to get rid of. If you've got boxes of stuff sitting in the corner that you haven't looked at in 4 years, you probably don't need them unless they're keepsakes from your kids or something like that. But I would be willing to bet, just like me, you've got some things you can get rid of. And that includes people in your life. You can declutter your life too by eliminating the people that don't serve your best interest, that aren't there to help you. Now, that doesn't mean get rid of everybody who disagrees with you, okay? Hear me here. People that you love can have a different opinion. They're entitled. And, well, entitlement's a bad word, but really, they're entitled to their own opinion. They really are. And however they base that opinion is irrelevant. Okay, you're not here on this earth, I don't think, to try to change everybody's mind and make them think the way you think. And that's okay, right? That's what gives us diversity. It's what gives us drive. It's what gives us, we can look at other people's opinions. Maybe they've got something that we've never thought or heard of before, and we can try it on. We don't have to agree. We don't have to, even follow their train of thought, really. But if you can listen, allow, and be okay, not be okay. Well, what's a good term for this? Allow them to have their space. It won't affect you, right? Maybe it might. It definitely will affect you. I think every person you come in contact to affects you in one way or another, right? Emotionally well fit people would be capable, I think, of handling the emotion at the time, whatever it is, expressing it in a positive or productive way, and then moving on. You don't have to hate people. But when you do clean house and decide to cut some people out, it's the people that drain you, that constantly want to argue with you or constantly want to, try to fix your way of being or your way of thought. And if you're absolutely sure or comfortable with where you're at or who you're at, you don't need to have that around anymore. Have people telling you that you're not enough, or you know what I mean? So emotional well-being. And I sure get it. I get it. There are people in my world, martial arts world, who um, don't listen well, and that's okay. That's all right. Um, try to cut you down, try to pick you down, and that's okay too, because generally they're wrong. 99.9% of the time they're wrong. As a matter of fact, I'm going to go on here and school somebody right after this lesson about just how wrong they are. But it'll be fun. I will express my emotions in a productive manner to this individual, and they still won't get it, but that's not up to me to decide if they get it or not. I will have dealt with my emotions and moved on. Right? Good. Okay, so I hope that you've made a list of, I asked you to do a couple things. One, set the goal, right? Two, define or decide exactly what that looks like, and come up with something like that. And then I've also asked you if you had certain triggers, certain triggers about what sets you off, what makes you depressed, or what makes you feel anxiety, or what gets you angry. And with that, I asked you to come up with emotions that may be, I can't remember the term I used because I couldn't come up with. I didn't use negative, but I think emotions that might be harmful or non-productive for you. And I think when I said that, I realized, all of them can be productive, all of them can be helpful, as long as we learn to balance our emotions, right? And understand exactly what they're telling us. Remember in the other videos, if you haven't watched them yet, you can go back and watch the Be Positive videos. I mentioned this, and I'll tell you that everything that happens has a meaning, and the meaning that it has is the meaning you give it. So if you're angry about something, what exactly does anger mean, and why did you choose it for this moment? Is it really how you feel? And don't let other people tell you. I mean, you can ask advice, but don't let other people tell you that, this is how you should feel. Yeah, they're allowed to say what they want to say. You can listen or cut them off or get rid of them, your choice. But ask yourself, what meaning do I give to anger or happiness or love or jealousy or fear? What really does that mean to you? What do those angers mean? What does it mean? And then why did you choose that for the situation? I know it's a lot of thinking, and most of us just react to situations or stimulation rather than respond. But if we learn to take our time and respond, or if we get really in touch with these answers before we need them, we can respond normally, naturally, and at a decent amount of time, right? So I believe that's emotional well-being. Go back and do some of the things I've asked if you haven't yet, and let's move forward with today. Now, today, I mentioned a couple things. Be social is considered a good exercise for mental and emotional well-being. And on that note of being social, be happy. Remember, we just did this happiness or this positivity challenge. Be happy. Truly express your joy and your gratitude for life and the day and the moment and the association and the ability to do what it is you're doing, and the conversation, however short you want to make it or however long you want to make it. Let's do that, okay? And so being happy, I can look at the list and come up with a couple more. We did room makeover. We talked about fitness, and fitness definitely plays a role in your emotional state of being and your mental state of being. So what I'd like you to do today, on top of being social, and being social doesn't mean go out and talk to a million people. It just means don't close yourself off, okay? So what I'd like you to do today, other than being social, is pick a fitness program. I know I told you to clean your room. Now I'm telling you to exercise. I sound like your dad, but exercise and let me know what it is. And it can be as simple as I'm going to get up every morning and do 10 push-ups and 10 sit-ups. If you've never done that before, try disciplining yourself to do it for the next 4 days, okay, or 3 days. We'll get to Sunday and we'll start over, or we'll continue depending on where we're at and what you say. And when you do your exercise program, I want you to try something. I want you to hydrate. That doesn't mean take a shower. Okay. What it means is get yourself some water, a container for water. Don't just get a cup and fill it from the sink. I mean, no, get a designated container for your water and fill it. And if it's 32 ounces, that's good. If it's 64 ounces, that's a lot, but that's good. Don't just get 8 ounces. Get yourself something significant, okay? 24, 30, whatever it is. And drink 2 in the morning. 1 before you start your workout and 1 right after. Don't sip them. Well, I don't want you to guzzle them and get sick, but don't just sip on them and set it down and sip on them, set it down. Take some drinks. If you do supplements or if you have to take certain medications in the morning, use that opportunity to get 8 and 16 ounces of water in one sitting, right? Do that. So your challenge today for emotional well-being and mental well-being is start an exercise program. Whatever. Get up and do Tai Chi. Get up and move, okay? And hydrate. Those are the 2 things for today. All right. I hope you guys are doing well. I'm going to jump. I get to go teach. Ms. Jocelyn's will be in here working on her black belt. But first, I'm going to jump over to the martial arts page and respond to, well, if you know where I'm at, you'll see it later. All right. I love you. Be emotionally fit and mentally stable. Is that a good wish for the day? And I will see you tomorrow. What, tomorrow's Friday? Yes. Might be on a little later tomorrow, 8 a.m.-ish. But I'll see you tomorrow. All right. I love you. Be good or don't get caught.